everyone. Today I'm going to do this opening, testing, and review of the Kalour 72-piece metallic colored pencil soft touch premium expert. I did do a video of my Kalour pastel pencils, which you can see if you saw that video. I'm not sure, but I did these tests in here and I thought they were amazing and gorgeous. So check out that review. But we're gonna open up this Kalour one next. I do have the Kalour 300 pencil set, and it has a few metallics in it, but there's maybe like 8, I think. So these are all, you know, obviously 72 colors you can't get in that set. Maybe there's the 8 duplicate or whatever, but I have a giant 500 pencil case. I keep all my Kalour colored pencils in, the pastels, and the I'm going to put these in as well. And I believe I have one other, something else by Kalour that's in there. But anyway, let's take a look. One thing I like about Kalour is the tins are really nice. You know, for the last 5 years, I've stored all of my colored pencils in the tins. I have stacks of them on my table, but I've found that it's making me not use them. I don't know why, because it's such a pain to get them out and lift one tray and another, and they flop out, and get them out of the trays. And I just have like stacks of these tins, and you can't really see what's what. So I'm slowly converting them all to pencil cases. And I'm going to save all my tins in a giant bin in case I want to show them to anybody. But so I'm going to show this to you now before I move them to the pencil case. But I do like the tins, and it does come with a swatch chart. Now, you might have seen my video, 8 different swatch books I reviewed and did flip throughs of from Amazon. I did that video like a week ago or something like that. I will link that below. I listed my favorite in there, which is a huge thick book where I can put all my different colored pencils in there and swatches all in that book, which means I don't use these charts. If you prefer to keep the tin, you can swatch on your chart, leave it in there. And, you know, for years, I didn't even swatch my pencils because I always found the barrel colors are very similar, if not very close to what the lead colors are, unlike with markers. So I never felt a need, but I've kind of gravitated toward doing that because I can eyeball better what I want to pick for a picture. All right, so here we have these colors, and these colors remind me very much of like jewel tones. They look like jewel tones, almost like Victorian era tones. Here are the pencils. They're quite lovely. Typical floppy tray. Ooh, look at this. All these blues, purples, kind of like reddish browns. Is there a third tray? Yes, there is. Oh my gosh. Are these like brights? These are like bright metallics. Ooh. And you know, I'm not like the biggest metallics user, but all throughout December, January, when I'm doing Christmas books, like ornaments and things like that, I'm always using my metallics. Now I use them a lot for buildings, things like if you have vehicles in your pictures, jewelry, kitchen or house, like the Teresa Goodridge books, you have like pots and pans and silverware and cups and vases, things like that. I use all my metallics for that stuff. And sometimes I like to use them for popping bright effects in like certain kinds of books, like my mythographic books, like my Cosmic Journey one or my Galaxy Quest book. They're just so cool. So we're going to test some out in the Joanna Basford book. And I don't believe I have my pencil sharpener here where I'm sitting. Yes, I do. I lied. I have to grab it. Hold on one second. Don't go anywhere. Here it is. Okay, it's on a different table. All right. So I'm going to try a couple of these. Look at the tips. Oh, really pretty. It does say the name, the color number. They're not super lightweight. They feel like a good size pencil, like a good hefty size, not like air, like it's just cheap, you know, like it has good good structure, some good wood in there. Let's also try a green. Apple green. And how about, what other color should we try? Should we try a little, there's a lot of different colors in here. Like I have a little, like, oh, there's more colors. Let's try a blue. This poor Joanna Basford book is going to have all kinds of weird random colors because I've been using it to swatch stuff. Okay. So, let's put these back. And these were very inexpensive. You know, they're not like as inexpensive as things like Crayolas, or I think they're a little better than Castle Arts. Don't know about the metallics, haven't used them yet. They're very good pencils. They work well in Amazon books. They work well in the Joanna Basford, the Hannah Carlzon books. I have not tried them on my Etsy printable paper though, so I can't say. So here is my Jarlink sharpener. I keep making jokes how I bought this in 2022 and it has never died. You can charge it here with the charger. It lasted 2 years before it died, and that is the God's honest truth. And I only just finally charged it the other day, but I couldn't find the charger because it'd been 2 years. So my son charged it for me on his iPhone charger, because the one that has the smaller piece, and it worked fine. Plugged it into the wall. So this works for almost all my pencils. You just push in gently and hold, and it knows when to stop depending on the setting. There's a 1, 2, or 3. I have it on 2 right now. Sometimes it'll stop so you can check it. So 2 is kind of the mid point. 1 is super point. 3 is kind of flat. So it did that on its own because I just changed it to the 1. You can see. Just gently push. You don't want to do too much pressure. Whoops, mine was spinning because my hand had lotion on it. All right. Now for very, very expensive pencils, like your Holbeins, or the ones that cost a fortune, like your Luminance, I might not use this one because it can take it down a little faster. But for the mid-range pencils, seriously, like, it's no problem. Your Prismacolors, whatever. I will link my pencil sharpener below. I think they have a new model now from the one I purchased 2 years ago. But if I find it on my order history, I'll link it for you in the section below. Let's find the same page we did the pastels on. Let's zoom in. I'm going to do up here. All right. So Joanna Basford paper is kind of cream colored, a little bit toothy, fairly toothy in fact. Good for pencils. I have to say the Kalour pastel pencils, and by that I don't mean pastel colors. I'm talking about like almost like a pan pastel, like chalky almost. Worked amazing, and they just blended right up with like a little sponge, like a dry sponge. So I really did like that. All right, so let's go with our darker metallic here. Actually, maybe I want to do this one here. Oh my gosh, you guys should, it's so humiliating. You should see how messy this art table is. Thank God you can't see the whole thing. Embarrassing. And I did more of a 2, so it's kind of a blunt. Actually, I like mine a little sharper. All right. Here we go. Now, keep in mind, every type of pencil works different on different kinds of paper. And it is embarrassing, but the truth, I did not know that for years. I started in 2017 with a basic set of Prismacolors, and my first book was Romantic Country, the first tale, and the first Hannah Carlzon book might have been like the summer one or something. And I destroyed several pages in there trying to color and didn't know what I was doing, and never touched those books again. But I didn't know for years that different paper would have different effects. You know, I always used like the same books for years, and only had one pencil, maybe then another set, and I just thought, oh, it just, I got like another set of Kalours or some other pencil, and it didn't work well in the paper, and I thought, oh, these pencils suck, you know, so I tossed them or gave them away. But then I started learning a couple years ago, hey, the paper makes a difference. So I repurchased those same pencils, several of them, and tried different papers, and oh my goodness, it worked so well on different papers. It was like night and day. Like I mean, I'm not saying you can use a pencil on any paper you want, but the effort you have to put into it will be different, and the effect as well, depending on your paper. So this is going on pretty smooth. I'm going to try to blend it a little. This color might be too light. Now, metallics aren't necessarily known for their great blending, but it went on nice and soft when I did the single color. It's honestly not going on quite as well as I think they will on the Amazon paper, which, I mean, it feels kind of like a polychromos, like hard, like a hard lead. Not overly great blending, although these two colors aren't really good. So I'm going to take that dark one again, and we are going to compare it to the Amazon paper. I'm going to try to go over it another layer. If I can get it darker, I'm going to put pressure down here. So I'm not sure how metallic it even looks in this book. To me, well, I guess maybe it does a little bit. This is a lighter color. Oh, actually, now that yeah, okay, I'm sorry, that's my angle that I'm sitting at. Alexa, cancel. Why is it every time I record a video, Alexa decides to remind me of something that I probably was supposed to have done before my video? Alexa, stop. Every time. Alexa, stop beeping. Thank you. Gosh, it's so annoying. How do I even turn that thing off? I don't even know. Okay, let me try this lighter color separately next to it. This more pinky one, raspberry one. And I am starting out more of a medium pressure now. The angle I'm at, more in front of it, I can't see the metallic, but when I lean my head forward, I could see it from the top. Okay, this is not bad at all. Now, I can tell you, works better if you start out lighter. I started this one harder, and it was more likely to leave some lines, streaky or like indented lines there. So start out light and build your layers. That's the kind of pencil it seems to be. I'm just going to go in really hard now. Yeah, see, I did it too hard, so you can see a little bit of that indent there. Let's do next to it the blue. I'm going to do it lighter. Ooh, that's a pretty blue. Ooh, so I'm going to go very light. Definitely, it's not the one you want to go on this paper hard. It is true that I tend to go faster on video because than I would if I was coloring on my own, because I you know, I don't do the whole speed up coloring special effect thing. I'm not like a videographer, so you know, I don't want to bore everybody by taking forever to color. So the slower you go, the better your final look. This one is a nice one. Okay, I'm definitely seeing now that metallic shine there. Okay. This is just a quick, these are single colors. Let's try the green. Yeah, there's some gals that have great channels and they do all these cool effects, like they silent speed coloring while they do voiceover talking, explaining what they were doing at the time. Like I'm sure there's apps and fancy ways to do all that. I don't care enough about technology, nor do I have the time to figure that out. I mean, it's not important enough to me, you know. I just do this for fun. It's not like a job or I make any money. So you know, I just like to teach. I'm a teacher and I like to share what I do, what I buy, and do reviews. I just think it's fun. That's how I started my channel originally. So but as far as the fancy video effects, you know, if you're doing it as a business, maybe, but I gotta stand up so I can look at this from above. I'm in a chair. How's that look? There's like a battle reflection. Where'd you go? Okay, so you can see, oh yeah, it almost looks wet, doesn't it? But it's not. I like that blue a lot. I like that raspberry. So it definitely looks metallic. So that's good. Did I get in third? One more color. And then we'll try the Amazon book. Yes, I got a turquoise. Turquoise. And you know, you can do, there are different looks you can achieve with colored pencils. It's another thing it took me years to learn. You can do that soft, light, kind of fluffy look like this, or like you didn't do tons and tons of layers, kind of like that, almost like that scratchy, obvious pencil look. Or you can do a medium or a hard look. You know, you can do burnishing and all kinds of other tricks, and especially with the really waxy pencils like Prismacolors, you can do it so thick you can't tell if it's like a marker or a pencil. Those ones trip me up when you see these brilliant gals, these actual like trained artists who are doing coloring pages, and they do full-on mega pictures in coloring books like in Kirby Rosanna's books or something, and it looks like they use paint or you know, just some solid color, like, and they're like, oh, it's Prismacolors, or it was this pencil, that pencil. I'm like, there's no way. It was just pure solid. There's no tooth showing. It's amazing. So again, it's the type of pencil and the paper and the technique. Now, if you're only coloring for fun and you don't care about those things, then that's okay too. That's how I was for years and years, and I still often don't care. All right, I think that's nice. Let's try the Deborah Mola book next. This is the one I was practicing with the pastels as well. This is the Mermaid book because we're in Mer month, and her books are now available for sale again, so you can definitely pick up this book if you can find it. I love it. Okay, so yeah, this is the one we did when I tested out the those sort of chalky pastel type pencils in the last video, Kalour. I loved how that looked. This is what I'm talking about, like that soft kind of fluffy look. This almost looks metallic, ironically, but it's not. So I'm gonna do my metallics. We'll stripe out some of her shorts, see if it works different or better or what happens. And I'm bummed I'm not gonna be able to do any coloring tomorrow because I have to go to the eye doctor. And I will be getting my eyes dilated for my annual exam that I can never see for the next 5 hours. And I'm going at the end, like in the late afternoon. So that means I do all my coloring in the evening. I won't get to do any. And I hate having to try to drive home by myself after that. Okay, so it's definitely going on different. It feels more like scratchy. Not in a bad way, but like more rough, like you can feel the tooth more. Not quite as shiny. Those pastel pencils, I think, went on a little better on this paper, but might be too early to tell. I'm going to darken it a little. Gotta do all the colors before I can really decide. Okay. Let's do that blue. We'll do the blue. Now I can say, watch this. Ah, don't pull your glasses off while you're teaching. I'm doing that same very light pressure, barely touching the page. Look how much color it's taking. The color, what I have noticed is Amazon paper for pencils is actually good, really pretty good. It takes the color from your pencil way easier than many of the papers that are higher quality papers from the international, the overseas books, or the premium paper books. I don't know why, because I guess this paper has like a lot more tooth, or it's just rougher. I don't know. I mean, it's the only benefit of the cheaper Amazon paper is you don't feel as much pressure to get your color off. Right now I'm coloring a picture in Chibi Mermaids for Mermonth with the regular Kalour pencils, doing like an orange purple theme, and that's by Alexander Franzisi. It's a really cute book, Mermaid Chibis. Check that out. But the colors are working really nice. All right, let's do the green, and those are the regular colors. See, I'm barely touching. Look how dark it's coming out. Compared to the other book, I was doing the same pressure, and it was very light. Like I had to do more layers on that paper. Although now I'm doing it harder, and when you do it too hard, you do see more like indent in the paper. But overall, I can say I think these are working fine in either. Just feels different. That one I can get a nice deep color when I look at that, when I do it harder. Let's do the blue. Oh, I did the blue. Let's do the turquoise. I'm going to do a little harder from scratch, long strokes. Yeah, you can get the color down faster, so this will work great in your Christmas books, if you have Amazon Christmas books. Lots of metallics on ornaments and decor. Look how fast I got that color on. This is definitely it's definitely easier in this book. Which purple did we just do? I don't know. Let's do one in the middle. Did I do that one? No, this is like the raspberry. I think these pencils were like 29. Is it 29 or 39? Can't remember, but they're on sale, so I will link it below if you want to go take a look. These are good. I saw a gal in her video say, I love Kalour Metallics, even though I don't like their macaron or whatever other thing. She was something else Kalour she didn't like. She's like, I love their metallics, and she was saying surprised her, and that's what made me buy these, and I can see why. They're rich in color. They go on easily. Should we try a color like a yellow or something? Let's take a look. There's brown. Ooh, there's actual silver metallic. Should we try that? Come on. This is why I need pencil cases. Let's try a yellow. This looks bright, but it doesn't look on the lid like it's quite as bright. These are all going to go in a case, so I don't really care what order they go in. Back you go. Do I want to try? Is there a black? Black metallic? Is this black? That's dark gray. Why won't you go in? This is why I don't. Ah! Leave it. Stay. Okay. See? I hate these tins. I have no patience. Oh, well, there's some limes. I've got the worst pain in my jaw right now. I don't know why. Since I got up this morning, I can only open my mouth like a fourth of the way before I get a bad pain in my lower jaw, kind of like where my bottom back tooth is, until I get past, it hurts, and then I get past that point, and then it's okay. I don't know what's going on. I hope it's not like abscess tooth. I was just getting my cleaning a week ago, and they said my teeth were fine, so I don't know what happened there. This poor fairy is going to have very unusual looking shorts. Ooh, silver. Let's do the spatula. No, that's rubber spatula. Let's do this spatula. Or what is this, a whisk? Let's do the whisk. This is the silver. You definitely want metallics for like your kitchen-y type stuff. Deborah Moeller has like a lot of like cookie baking trays and platters and things. It looks from this angle like a soft gray, but oh wow. I barely am pushing on the paper and it's totally like silvery and coated. Let's do right here. All right. I'll try to get it even closer in a minute. For the yellow, should we do the spatula yellow? Let's do that. It's hard to imagine a yellow looking metallic, but I'm not sure I've ever seen a metallic bright yellow. Wow, that's really yellow. It's like a lemon yellow. I do have actually my Nina paper here. I realized which I was doing testing on. We can try on here. This is what I always recommend for all my Etsy printables. I do normally use pens and markers, though. Not tons of pencil on that paper, so let's try that out. All right, how's that look? So there's that spatula. Look at that shine on there. There's her pant. Look at that. When you really get close, look at her pants. Are they shorts? Bloomers? I don't know what they are. There's that yellow. Wow, these are great. I'm really surprised. Like from where I was sitting, I couldn't tell, but look at, oh, they almost look like glitter, but no wonder people like these. And it works really good in this paper. Let's try on here. This is a Deborah Muller printable that I had been testing some stuff on, my Nina paper. These were some inexpensive brush pen I was testing here. I can't remember. Whatever. Okay, so let's do, what did I do? I have no idea. Let's do some hair strands. Oh man, I just put those pencils back. That's okay, we'll just do a different color. And I'm not actually trying to color this page, so I don't care that nothing matches. Let's do a darker blue, darker green, and oh, actually, let's try the silver on here too. All right. All right. Let's do her lips silver. Wouldn't that be weird? No, I'm not gonna do that. That'd just be too weird. I'm gonna do the, I'll do the blue. So this color is cyan blue. Cyan blue. Interesting. It's really feeling like a polychromos. Feels more like it did in the Joanna Basford paper. It's harder to get the color down. Wow, that Amazon paper really is good for colored pencils. Jeez, it's terrible for markers, but it's great for pencils. Oh, why is my jar? Better not have an abscess tooth. Okay, I can't get a lot of color on here, so let's do, I mean, unless that's just the color of the blue, it looks very pale. Let's do this green. Oh, what? Oh, no wonder I put it on 3. I want 1. Okay, let's see her lips. I mean, it gave solid coverage. It just felt kind of dry doing this green here. This paper is pretty smooth. It's not shiny like the Express blending card, but it's more like for markers, I think. But let's just do this and see what happens. I have had issues with metallic pencils. Other brands I've tried, I haven't liked or never used. I actually am not the hugest fan of the two metallic ones that are in the Prismacolor set. These I like. And it looks like, I keep thinking they're too light, they're supposed to get darker, but I think that's really the color. And this paper is not absorbing the same kind of pigment and the same richness. Let's transition to the silver. Oops. Mixing green to silver here. I would say of the three, Amazon paper first, Joanna Basford paper second, this would be my last choice. Of course, I didn't try like a Hannah Carlzon book, or I suspect that will be somewhere in between the Amazon paper and the Joanna Basford paper, which means it should be fine. This one, I feel like it's almost like streaking a little more. Showing like the lines. I'm doing it harder now. I still have this yellow one. Let's do the yellow right here. Yeah, I don't love the pencils on this paper, these pencils at least. I mean, it works, it just feels weird. And they're kind of, they feel like they appear dull, more dull. All right. Okay, so let's see. There's that, I transitioned from a green to silver. You can't really tell that was these two. The yellow looked scratchy. Silver looks, I mean, it looks fine, but you can see more of like the lines. So I would say no for the Nina paper, but I think the Amazon paper was amazing, as well as the Joanna Basford paper. Yeah, so that's my full review of these gorgeous pencils. Totally worth it because I love the effects I got on that Amazon paper particularly. So check it out. Let me know what you think, and see you in the next video.